Good day and welcome to Mrs. Bam's Study Notes. Looking at behavioral studies, we are going to briefly discuss personality today. Personality embraces attitudes, moods, and opinions. In the study of personality, they focus on behavioral characteristics, traits, drives, values, interests, abilities, emotional patterns, and self-concept. It is a way of behaving, thinking, and feeling as observed in relation to the environment and social groups. The 5 key personality theories are as follows: the biological approach, the behavioral approach, the psychodynamic approach, the humanistic approach, and the trait approach. These theories have different explanations for personality, but all of them offers important insight on how to better understand yourself. Let us briefly summarize them. The first aspect we are going to look at is the biological personality theory that proposes that personality traits are influenced by biological factors, particularly genetics, brain chemistry, and physiological processes. The 5 key aspects of this theory is: number 1, genes contribute to personality development. Number 2, chemicals like dopamine and serotonin regulate mood and behavior. Number 3, regions like the amygdala, hippocampus, and prefrontal cortex shape personality. Number 4, hormones like testosterone and estrogen impact personality traits. And number 5, inner tendencies like extroversion shape our personality. Famous theorists of the biological personality theory are Heinz Eysenck, Robert Cloninger, and Jeffrey Gray. The biological personality theory provides valuable insight into the biological foundations of personality, but it should be considered in conjunction with other psychological theories for a more comprehensive understanding. The second topic that we are going to look at is the behavioral personality theory that proposes that personality is shaped by external factors, primarily through learning and the environment. Key aspects in this theory is: number 1, personality is acquired through experience. Number 2, behavior is modified by the environment and external stimuli. Number 3, learning shapes our personality. Influential theorists are John B. Watson, B.F. Skinner, and Albert Bandura. The 3 key concepts that are prominent in the behavioral personality theory is: number 1, classic conditioning, like with Pavlov's experiment with dogs. It refers to the type of learning that occurs when a neutral stimulus, for example a tone, becomes associated with a stimulus, for example food, that naturally produces a certain behavior, to salivate. After association is learned, the previously neutral stimulus is sufficient to produce the behavior. The second key concept is operant conditioning. It is a method of learning that uses reward and punishment to modify behavior. Through operant conditioning, behavior that is rewarded is likely to be repeated, while behavior that is punished is prone to happen less. The last key concept is social learning. This is observational learning and modeling. In other words, observing other people with the goal of adapting one's own behavior in social contexts. The things that influence personality according to this theory is the environmental factors like family, culture, and life events. The behavioral personality theory provides valuable insight into the role of the environment and learning in shaping our personality. While it has its limitations, it complements other theories and informs effective behavioral interventions. The third theory that we are going to discuss is the psychodynamic personality theory, as developed by Sigmund Freud. This theory proposes that personality is shaped by unconscious thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Some key aspects in this theory are: number 1, unconscious motivations influence our behavior. Number 2, childhood experiences shape our personality. And number 3, conflict between the conscious and the subconscious drive personality development. Structures of personality is divided into the ID, the ego, and the superego. For a deeper understanding of the aforementioned, please watch my video on the ID, the ego, and the superego, linked at the end of this video. Prominent theorists in the psychodynamic personality theory are Sigmund Freud, Carl Jung, that expanded on Freud's ideas, and Erik Erikson, known for the psychosocial development. The psychodynamic personality theory offers a complex, in-depth understanding of human personality. It emphasizes the role of the unconscious processes and childhood experiences. While controversial and criticized, its ideas continue to influence psychology and psychotherapy. Next up, we have the Humanistic personality theory that emphasizes personal growth, self-actualization, and inherited human dignity. The key assumptions in this theory are: number 1, people are inherently good and capable of self-directed growth. Number 2, human nature is driven by a desire for self-actualization. And number 3, free will and personal choice shape our personality. 5 key concepts in the Humanistic personality theory is self-actualization, which means to realize one's potential; self-concept, which is an individual's perception of themselves; personal growth, that refers to the continuous self-improvement; intrinsic motivation, meaning that one is driven by personal interests; and number 5, subjective experiences, meaning an individual's unique perspective. Popular theorists for the Humanistic personality theory are Carl Rogers, Abraham Maslow, Viktor Frankl, and Rollo May. The last theory that we are going to look at is a trait personality theory that proposes that personality is composed of stable, inherent characteristics or traits that influences behavior. Some of the key aspects in this personality theory are the following assumptions. Number 1, personality is composed of distinct traits. Number 2, traits are relatively stable across situations. Traits influence our behavior and interactions. Key concepts in the trait personality theory. The 5-factor model. In this model, they focus on openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. There are 3 criteria to criticize personality traits. Number 1 is the consistency, number 2 the stability, and number 3 the individual differences. Popular theorists for the trait personality theory is Gordon Allport, Raymond Cattell, Heinz Eysenck, Paul Costa, and Robert McRae. This is just a very brief summary on the 5 major personality theories, and it's important to note that this video is just scratching the surface. Join me again for Mrs. Bam's study notes.